Welcome to Anchored at Harbor Park CrossFit, a show dedicated to helping you find enrichment for the other 23 hours of your day outside of the gym. Here's your hosts, Jason, Dave, and Corian.
Welcome, Harbor Park CrossFit. We are back for episode 33 of Anchored, coming at you not exactly live, but I'm Coach Jason.
I'm Coach Dave.
Coach Corian.
And today we are talking about test week recap. So last week we had test week. We were a little bit nervous because we changed it up.
Change is always hard. It's scary.
We weren't exactly sure how it would go, but I think we were pleasantly surprised.
It's got fuzz.
We were pleasantly surprised. I think it went really, really well. People loved it. They were excited.
I love that energy. I always like that stuff. So classes with free fighters. I was excited.
People were all week long figuring out when they could make their stuff up. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with a quick icebreaker. My question for us all is, what was your favorite test?
Oh.
Fight combat. I hate it, but
It's one of those that sucks while you're doing it, and as soon as you're done, you're like, fuck.
yeah, because it's just a challenge, and I like breaking it down. I dissect it down by how many reps. And then I have a target goal, like my target this time. I think I got 329 last time. My goal was 360. It's short 2 calories in the road. And then at the end, I was really upset. I'm like, man, if I would have known that, I would have done 1 extra wall ball and 1 extra push press and 2 of the other, because I wasn't fried then. But it's like you don't want to get that last one. You're just pulling as hard as you can. You're like, I want to make these last 2 calories. So I missed out on the extra 20 points or 20 point jump. 2 calories.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still got a 30 rep PR.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, it sucks, and the more reps you do, it hurts more, but it's rewarding to know, like, I just increased that much.
Yeah. I guess for me, like, I really love, for the first time ever, Fight Gone Bad. I've never liked that one before. Dave always crushes me on it. And I never seemed to strategize it right, and I did this time. So it felt good. I got burnt out. I got like a 23 rep PR, but like, this time I just really felt like I tackled it well. But honestly, my favorite was probably the double wad, just because it's short and like you have to move, and that's kind of my jam. Like, give me like real quick sprint style workout, moderate weight, and just like quick reps where you're back and forth, and like I love that.
Essentially,
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Mine was the CrossFit Total.
Yeah.
Not because any of those are my strong suits. I have not pushed myself or my back really at all this year. So that was really the first time. I was pretty nervous going into it. I wasn't sure like what I could do. I had my target numbers set out, and for the deadlift, I was able to go like way over what I thought I was able to. So that was pretty cool. That's what I was most nervous about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I'm way off like my previous total, so it's like shit, I feel really weak, but you know, the big picture helped.
Yeah, I like watching your storylines and stuff too now again on Instagram and being able to do box jumps and everything like that. Like, I just think like so many people focus on like the competitive aspect and just physical in general, as in getting stronger, like just having more muscle mass, but like so much is lost watching someone come back from an injury and like just that mindset and the things that you can do. So I really enjoy watching stuff.
I used to like not really like that, like posting that frequently, that often, and then some people told me they like watching my comeback, so
Yeah.
I guess I'll keep on posting that.
You need like a cool hashtag.
Don't call it a comeback, but that's exactly what it's
I love it.
cool.
Especially coming up by the year almost.
Yeah, December, boy, I think, because the last CrossFit Total was, it was in December, and I remember I didn't hit a deadlift because my back just was too fucked up.
Yeah.
So yeah, December will be the year, so lucky that.
get down and deep on these awesome workouts and what they all mean. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a lot of part in this. It's not, you know, my strong suit. My strong suit is making sure that you all lovely peeps are getting into the gym. So from an outsider perspective, like, I love to do these workouts and the stuff that we do, but what kind of went behind it?
So yeah, so test week is obviously, we're testing the gym in different areas. Some people were a little confused. They thought it was more competition, but obviously, like, if you've been around for our past test weeks, we had very specific things that we wanted to see how you guys perform. So we'll go through each workout and explain what we tested. So the first workout was CrossFit Total on Monday, and that was basically strength and power. A little bit of flexibility.
A little.
You know, if you couldn't get into like a full range of motion squat,
Sure.
but just a tiny bit there. Day 2, excuse me. Day 2 is gymnastics day. So again, there was strength and power, but a little bit of coordination, a lot more flexibility, agility.
That's in, like, muscle endurance.
Stamina,
Yeah.
stamina, muscle endurance. We had a little coordination with the double unders. I think we already said that though. So yeah, that was just more like body awareness type stuff on day 2. Day 3 was the clean complex.
Oh yeah, I like that one too.
So that was a whole mess of things: power, strength, coordination, flexibility, agility, speed. Can't think of all 10 of our traits. But yeah, just the Olympic list just tests so much. Basically, that's why we love them so much. Thursday we had the bike, so that was more just speed, raw speed, and power. How fast could you get it done?
Yeah.
That was a burner. Friday we had 2. We had the cone, or the block test. So that was agility and speed.
That was fun because we haven't really done much of that, like just pure like short bursts of agility. Yeah, we do the sprints and stuff like that, but
For the change of direction.
Yeah, the change of direction and having to grab something. Tried to do it barefoot, so I was like, oh yeah. I had already done them a few times, so my feet were sweaty. So I went to take off and like instantly slipped down them. I was like, no.
I actually really like that, to be honest.
It was just going against someone like head to head was fun too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was hard though, like, but it was fun. Especially, I moved so fast and said when I dropped the block one time.
Yeah.
It was more like, I don't want to say what we do isn't athletics, but it was like, felt like more of like a sport type thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Robert explained it, Coach Robert explained it in ways that you always go on a linear plane, you know, in CrossFit. And it's like, in this time we're going to go in different directions. Like, you know what I mean? Or like usually running straight away. Where you kind of always get your feet set, and like this time you're going to run down and turn around and kind of spin. You should have spun as opposed to like stopping and turning and
Yep.
it was cool. The way he explained it to us.
Friday, or we were on Friday, so then the deadlift. So that was more power and like short burst capacity, like how effective are you at emptying your tank?
Yeah.
Short.
Okay, yeah, a little bit. That's the workout.
Yep.
Which are kind of my favorite.
And then Saturday was the big fight combat, and that's for everything as well. Strength, speed, stamina. There's more long-term or long-winded endurance versus the short burst. So over the whole week, we had a really, really well balanced, very wide array of different things we looked at.
Yeah, and just think that sometimes when we focus on like the big workouts and the typical stuff, we don't get to see that overall, like how are we doing personally. So I think that a lot of people have been surprised and proud of themselves. So I was kind of excited to get out those things.
Yeah, the thing that I like the best, I can kind of mention what each workout was testing, but is when we put the week together, Prophet talks about the testing all the 10 physical traits, which you all mentioned before in each workout. When we laid out the workouts and we brainstormed it with Yumi, Blair, and Nate, we really thought out like, okay, what's the purpose of what strength we want to test. We made sure we got really good strength log, which we normally was across the total, and then we sprinkled in on that, which we've done since we've been doing testing. So that's good to see certain people PR that, me, Corin, and then other people who've been around for a while, like the last test week, which I found out was last February. Was the last time we did a test week. But, this is kind of change.
No, we did one in June. I just don't think we did fight on that.
Yeah, we had a big played around with like the 2-week one and the 1 week.
Yeah. That's right. The real test week.
Yep.
Last February, and then we did 2 weeks in June. Or like when we sat them out, like, just think that these workouts flowed really well, and they tested exactly what we wanted. And so that people know where you have a weakness, and a lot of people probably weren't as happy with Tuesday with gymnastics, but that was to be expected because gymnastics is one of the hardest movements.
I try to tell people exactly. Gymnastics is one of the hardest movements. Yes, I understand that CrossFit does a ton of gymnastics because it's important because of how difficult it is. And I think that some people get really bogged down with like, I need to be super heavy and I need to be able to run really fast and I have to have, the cardio capacity of a gazelle, but it's like that one thing can throw you off. I mean, gymnastics is what typically holds most people out of RX competitions. It holds people out of going to regionals or, all of those things. And it just goes to show you guys like, it's difficult, but don't worry, it's difficult for everyone. Everybody.
We can kind of go into like the next thing we're going to talk about here was what we noticed, from each workout or like any trends. And there's kind of just the gym as a whole kind of lacks in gymnastics, but like we kind of talked about, I think that's probably most gyms. I don't think unless you're a gym that like a bunch of college gyms went to. Anywho, when you look at when gymnasts come to CrossFit, they might have never touched a barbell before, but they pick it up so quick, and they become so good at the limited lifting. It's because they have such amazing body awareness, and that's why on Greg Glassman's pyramid, like a hierarchy of theoretical sports development, gymnastics is right above nutrition.
Yep.
Or is it above nutrition? Either way, it's like second or third, because once you can master your body, you can master like anything else so much easier.
Yeah.
So that's why we think gymnastics is so important.
Yeah, and I think the hard part is because gymnastics can be very tedious. It can be a lot of repetitive of the same things. I'm working on mine right now, and a lot of mine comes from a weak lower core. So if anybody's seen me working out, a lot of my workouts have inclines and kicks, or flutter kicks, or anything that's it doesn't look fun to most people, and it is the most challenging thing, but it's going to pay off in the long run. And those who are working on those little details are the ones that are going to see the biggest development in their gymnastics. But the people who are coming here and all they do is try to work on kicking and butterflying, and they don't work on the techniques and the drills and the body awareness, it's going to take. I'm not going to say you won't get there, but it's not going to be the same result. It's not going to look as nice. It's not going to. You might cause injuries, and it's not going to be able to hold up when you put that into a high end workout.
Right. And if you're wondering, we consider any movement that does not involve weight as gymnastics. So any body weight movement. So even an air squat or like walking lunges would be so much faster.
Yeah. And so Saturday when we did the come back, it was cool because we had wall balls. We did obviously tested wall balls on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So the way I broke it down, all right, so if you did this test, now you're gonna do it for a minute, and you're gonna do that 3 rounds. You should know where your breaking point is, and you shouldn't go to failure. The wall ball is the first thing you did know. That's why we tested it on Tuesday. And then like Baltimore on this kind of stuff. Oh, so I'm like, you got 60 and you were dead. Don't try to get 60 in this minute. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have a target to hit.
Yeah.
I think it was good for them to learn that.
Yeah, I like a lot of people were just taking test week as a whole, like to know where they rank, and I said that's absolutely perfect. Like test week is great.
We did that.
Yeah,
to make it
but
fun.
I said just what you just said. You're also using this to strategize your workouts going forward. So if your 1 rep max complex was 100 pounds, and I have a workout where it's hang squat cleans at 85. That's pretty close to my max. I either A, need to go lighter in the workout if the intention is to go fast, or I need to understand that I'm going to have to break that up more than I can think. So, and then people really started getting that. They're like, okay, so I was like, so everything you're learning this week about yourself, like use that to strategize your workouts going forward. And MJ actually texted me today, and she said she broke down today's workout, which is the Tabata. Tabata that or Tabata this.
Tabata this.
Yeah. And she said she broke it down. She had target numbers, and she was really able to strategize, and she hit it off today. So she felt really good.
Yeah, when you have a number, it's so much easier. That's like the fight combat, I was like, okay, 360, how am I going to get there, break it down, and it's like, okay, 30 and stop,
And now that our workouts aren't going to be based on levels anymore, it's going to be a lot more important to understand where you are. Because it's not going to say like level 1 do this, level 2 do that. It's going to be more like, okay, that's the basic idea of the workout, what we want to accomplish. So I do that, right?
And obviously ask the coach if you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything can always be scaled
Yeah.
or changed.
Some other trends that I saw, or other things that I noticed is most of my goal sessions with people who are always talking about getting stronger really were texting about like making sure they got in on those cardio, the agility, and everything else in those workouts that were more of a lung burner for them, so that they could see where they were at and go for. And I was kind of excited about that. I was like, I'm glad you guys aren't like shying away from your weaknesses.
Yeah, I saw several people who usually come like 3 or 4 days a week because they're just so sore. They came all 5 or 6 days.
Saw a couple people doing double days, which was cool.
Yeah, to make it. And then some people came in last and made up because they really want to test themselves. It was really cool. I enjoyed this one probably the most of all. And then it was even like because of the point system and myself, I was kind of like, gotta have these targets. It was just fun. And that's why we did the points part and the levels. It really doesn't mean much. It's kind of more of a practice.
Yeah, on the handstand push-up jump rope one, Dave was laughing because my dreads don't stay up anymore. And like I can't find like a good way to wear them when I have jump roping and then something else. And so like almost every round my hair tie would slip out and then hit my rope and mess out. So I missed the next level by like 6 seconds. And Dave's like, that's because you were messing with your hair so much. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, I made a note here of, was one of the biggest things was people kind of chasing points, I guess. And they would come to me, well, is it better to do all the movements scaled because I'm scaling 1 to get the most points? And I was like, to be honest, like, the points is just for pride thing, it's just for fun. Like, it doesn't really mean anything to you. Like, yeah, we're gonna make the levels board updated and we want you to mark it so you know, but like, honestly, it doesn't mean anything. So if you're doing the gymnastics portion and all of a sudden you couldn't do toes to bar, pull-ups, or a handstand push-up, people were worried because, well, I can do everything else, but I can't do that, so I should scale it to get the most points. And I was talking to some of the people that said that, and I was like, no, you should always go for the hardest scale for you. So if you can RX 4 to 5 movements, RX 4 to 5 movements, and then scale the one you can't do, and you're not doing anything really for your body if you're scaling down because it's not hard enough and you can do 150 knee ups, as opposed to I can do maybe 1 or 2, maybe 5 toes to bar. Like, always challenge yourself and go for that harder scale as opposed to just scaling down because you're just chasing those points,
I actually I don't disagree with you, but I kind of told some people the opposite. Not necessarily the opposite, but
And
when,
this
that's
is
where
why
they got
we're
it
an
from.
amazing trio, is because we see things from different points of view.
when people said like, well, I could scale Alpha Test 7 and do better than if I exercise, and I said, yeah, sometimes scaling is the right option.
Correct.
Sometimes you don't want to try to force an RX because you're not going to do it right.
Yes.
So that is a little bit different than what Dave was explaining.
I'm saying like if you could do all 4 of the movements except for the 5th one, you know, like let's say the gymnastics, the wall pull-ups,
Handstand push-ups.
handstand push-ups, people are like, well, I can't do the handstand push-ups, so I gotta scale that, so I'm gonna scale all 5 movements then, because I can't do that one, I want to get a better score. And I was like, well, wait a minute, like, the point of this is to push yourself, test yourself. So my thought was, yeah, if you can't do the movement and you can only get 1 or 2, you know, yeah, absolutely, drop down, do the scale part, but you can do the rest of the movements on top of it.
Right. So the difference in our examples is, like, if someone could do, they're barely efficient and they can do like maybe 2 of each movement.
Yeah, maybe you could do 2 kipping pull-ups and then you're done, and then you can't do more. And then yes, then you need to work on your ring rows.
Versus in Dave's example, if they just have like 1 weakness,
Mhm.
they're gonna totally
Guess what else?
scale the whole thing.
Like this made me think of it. But when we're doing kipping stuff, guys, all of that comes from your core. So if you're having a really hard time getting your kip and your butterfly down and your toes to bar, it's because we're lacking the core strength. So we don't want to just jump on that bar and be a floppy fish and get a couple with broken knees and hips broken and all of that stuff. Like, work on that core stuff and learn to generate power from your core outward, and then you're going to get a lot more. That's why my butterflies suck, because again, it goes back to my core. I can't keep it tight while I'm butterflying. So
Angles are the enemy. We don't have great angles. They're bad.
one of the
Well,
other
in
things,
gymnastics.
yeah, one of the other things I want to talk about is like, so I can't say this enough. Test week is what it was. You're competing against yourself. So you were trying to see what you can get. Every other day that you guys are in the gym, we should be training. We use this competition towards ourselves to then be able to better our training daily in the gym. So like we were talking about, use those numbers to how can you be more efficient. All right, now I need to learn that my core needs to be tighter. So if I have to take those reps back, or like Jason said, be more beneficial to scale a workout to get what I need to.
Or drop some intensity, go a little bit slower, so you can focus.
Yeah. So I think so many people just compete every day.
And that's a lot of debate in CrossFit now. If like the whiteboard and writing scores down is a good thing or not, because on the one side it makes you work really hard, on the other side it makes you compete, and you're never gonna, I shouldn't say never, but if you slowed it down just a tad, you could get better a lot faster.
Yeah.
Right. This is an exercise program to better your life. So, like, it's good to compete, and like the ones you want to do better on or push yourself harder on are the benchmarks. So when you see those, are the ones that you've done before, that's fight combat. It's a benchmark. Everybody in the world does fight combat. Ghost, which is coming up on Halloween. We've done that one before. Like, that is a benchmark workout. Those are the ones like you really want to compete against yourself, push yourself because you want to do better and see where you're at, physically, mentally, and obviously your health and exercise-wise. But you guys mentioned it's every other day is training. Right. Let's just get through the day and feel good and get stronger.
I mean, I focus on how can I breathe better during my burpees. You guys, half of you complain about burpees being so terrible, and I will promise you it's because you haven't learned to breathe properly.
Yes. Or wall balls.
So how can we slow down that rep and make it more efficient? So I had a workout today, and not every round was I trying to go as fast as I could. I had to throw the D-ball over the yoke. How can I make this the most efficient movement? And sometimes in the middle of my move, I'd fail a rep, or I had to stop and pause. That wasn't about getting the most amount of reps I could. It was how can I learn from this?
But I'm willing to bet towards the end of the workout, you were a lot more confident than when you first started.
Oh God, yeah. I didn't think I could get that D-ball over that yoke at all to start with. But I think that a lot of people took a lot of takeaways from test week. So Now when we train every day, how can we breathe more efficiently? Do we have to move our hands in? Do we have to move them out? Do we have to work on bracing our core, lift our butt, lower it, drive through the heel? Like what can you be doing during that rep to make it more efficient to then give yourself in the long run more reps?
Yeah, I think that test week was good for people to kind of learn their bodies. We already mentioned that, but now that you have test week under your belt, now you can figure out how you're going to get better, and obviously set up a goal session with one of us. We'd be happy to talk to you and maybe break it down. Like, okay, so gymnastics was your weakness. Okay, how can we get that? Or maybe it's the cardio workouts that beat you up, or maybe you didn't do as well as you thought, and like we can break that down. We can talk to you about some programming, or we can talk to you, kind of gear you that way, and like, okay, here's some things you need to work on, like Brian mentioned, the core.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a lot of things you got to do, and here's some negatives. You get your pull-up that you've been struggling to get, or your double unders.
Or, hey, maybe we just need to lose some weight.
Exactly. So let's talk
I
about
lost
some
15
nutrition.
pounds, and holy cow,
Oh,
gymnastics is a lot easier now.
Yeah, 5 pound difference. One of the biggest things that people don't realize though is maybe there was things in test week that you're like, hey, that's just not for me, and that's okay too. Some people, when it comes to gymnastics, like, I don't want to be upside down. I don't need to be on a ring. Like, I'm not here for that. So how can we find, or hopefully you were able to find a comparable thing that made your fitness and health more important, but we learned what we just don't fucking like, and that's okay.
Yeah, no one has to be upside down.
No. And nobody has to go heavy on their weights. Like, we're not about there. I had one entire class where everybody was just focused on form and having a good time and learning how to cycle the bar through that complex, and nobody cared about the weight thing. And I don't think, maybe one person in that class is somebody that potentially she would want to get competitive. The other three are like, I'm just here for health. And I was like, okay, then we're just learning to be safe. And that we can take away from test week as well.
So we're gonna follow up pretty much with everyone who participated. We're gonna communicate what level you are. Like Dave said, we're gonna have a new levels board, all that good stuff.
I texted you all today.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys need to work on.
So should we run down the point break? I mean, it's pretty simple. So 0 to 99 points is level 1. 100 to 199 is level 2. 200 to 299 is 3,
Yeah.
etc. That same pattern.
10.
So, what is it? 900 to 1,000 is level 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So whatever you fell into, that's where you are. And should we talk about like next time? We don't have an official date set yet for when we're going to do it again, but
We try to do it twice a year. We try.
who knows now with the, maybe we'll have to do it where the open used to be.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. But the goal, at least that we've talked a little bit about, and we're obviously still planning already, but the goal is to kind of switch it up a little bit so the workouts aren't always the same, but we would be testing the same 10 physical traits, or maybe switch it up a little bit. So,
Yep.
and then sprinkle these back in as we go. So
Yeah.
maybe next time it's not the CrossFit total, maybe it is, but maybe you don't get fight gone bad next time. But but the point of it is to sprinkle it in, and then you have other tests that would test these capacities. But everybody would plan on everybody starting back at 0, right?
Yep.
Because otherwise everybody eventually would just get enough points and all be level 10s. That's not.
Yeah.
But your
definitely.
goal would be like, okay, remember the number you're at. So you're let's say 749. Your goal is obviously you want to increase at least by 1, right? The goal is not to go down. But you might, because the test might get harder.
Yeah, or we might just throw in a movement that we missed. Say, you can't do muscle ups
Handstand walk.
or whatever. Yeah, and we didn't put that in test week, or maybe it's a snatch. We didn't do a snatch. You know what I mean? So you might find that weakness of yours next time. You might go down a level.
Yeah.
And then that's not a bad thing. That just shows us that you had a weakness, and now it's time to address that.
Right.
Legit, everybody always has something that is weaker than the rest, and it will come out, and then you have to work on that, and then because you're working on that, something else will lose, so it's a constant teeter-totter of movement, so it's definitely not a bad thing.
Right,
It's
and that's what CrossFit's about, and that's
Yeah.
why we test all these different things. That's why the CrossFit Games test all those different. That's why there's 16 different workouts testing everything, because they want to find somebody who's the fittest at everything, not just let's say weightlifting or gymnastics. Like it's everything combined, and that's why it's a whole different thing.
Honestly, I've been working on my gymnastics and my cardio, which went phenomenal this past test week, but my lifts were nowhere near what they normally are. And so that was a big wake-up call that I've been slacking on just pure strength.
Yeah. Yep.
So
So you need to have a goal session.
I actually am having one with Nina and me. So if you guys found that there was any sort of weakness, obviously, like I said, the goal sessions are great. We definitely talk about different ways to improve, but one of the biggest things is knowing where you're at. So we gave you that. Now you guys all have to decide where you want to go. What's important to you.
Yep. And we kind of like, I tried to make those backstories on all the levels, like kind of help you hear that. So it's like, okay, so if you're level 7 or above, maybe you start doing some competitions. If you're at 8, 9, or 10, you're kind of around what we consider maybe Blair and Robert's level. So then now you start really honing in your nutrition, just things like that. Because if this is something you really want to take seriously, you gotta have all those components. It's working out. There's Blair in the background. Having your nutrition in line, right? Understanding how food affects your body, what you need to do to get stronger and all that. Gotta make sure you're having proteins, carbs, and fats in line.
I still love watching how our gym has just overall progressed over the years. First test week and what everybody used to be into in the beginning and now where everybody's at now and health and nutrition, like you said, is so much bigger now.
I got a lot of people asking me if they're doing patches.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, probably not. But then
You're gonna get a digital patch. How about that?
But I am gonna look at an option now. I'm gonna look into something.
So details to be continued.
Yep. It might be released before the podcast comes out. Who knows?
So yeah, this will be next Friday, so about a week after test weekend.
Perfect. Well, we had a lot of people in the gym last week, and I hope that stays up.
Yeah.
Getting in the holidays, guys. You guys made it work. You found time to get it in, so I know you can make time for fitness. No more excuses.
Yep. You're getting into that time of year. Important. So hopefully we'll see everybody at Friendsgiving and Barbells for Boobs this coming week.
Oh yeah.
But that'll be gone to this place.
But
We have another
We have
Friendsgiving.
another Friendsgiving for Racine on November 18th.
Yeah.
So we get people there. Then our Christmas party / ugly sweater
Yeah.
is coming up. So we're gonna have details on that. I'm gonna try to make a gym-wide ugly sweater.
I really want that thing.
I know.
Love it.
Alrighty,
All right, guys.
is that a wrap?
That's a wrap. Stay classy, Harbor Park.
Bye.
Adios.
Thanks for listening to Anchored at Harbor Park CrossFit. If you would like further information about our programs, visit www.harborparkcrossfit.com. We hope you'll tune in next time.